His name is Marcus. Not a famous Marcus, not a Marcus anyone outside his zip code would recognize. A Marcus who shows up to the same job every Monday and parks in the same spot and makes the same coffee and sits in the same chair. A Marcus whose coworkers have been quietly sorry for him for 4 years, not out of cruelty, out of the specific pity that forms when someone sees what they think is a man who is stuck. The 10-year-old Camry in the lot, the packed lunch every day, the polite decline when the group goes to the bar after work on Fridays, the apartment nobody has been invited to, the wardrobe that has not visibly changed since the first week he started. He is 31 years old. He has $247,000. Nobody at that job knows. He has not told a single person, not his manager, not the coworker who considers himself Marcus's closest friend at the company, not the woman in HR who asked once, half joking, half not, if he was doing okay financially. He said fine. He was not lying. Where Marcus started. Marcus is 27 when the thing begins. Not with a plan. Plans imply someone who knew what they were doing. Marcus did not know what he was doing. He knew one thing. He knew that the feeling of having nothing left at the end of a pay period, the specific arithmetic dread of checking the account 4 days before payday, was a feeling he did not want to carry for the rest of his life. That feeling is the entire origin story. He makes $51,000 a year at 27. He lives in a 1-bedroom apartment 12 minutes from the office. Rent is $840 a month. His car is paid off. He does not have consumer debt. He has $1,200 in savings and a vague sense that this is not enough and no specific plan to change it. On a Sunday evening in October, he sits at his kitchen table with a yellow legal pad and writes down every number he can find. Income, fixed costs, variable spending. The result lands in front of him like a diagnosis. After rent, utilities, food, and gas, he has approximately $800 a month that he has been spending without quite knowing where it goes. He draws a line under the number. He writes 2 words beneath it. Goes somewhere. The system. Marcus does not read a book about investing. He does not take a course. He does not find a mentor or a financial advisor or a podcast that changes his life. He does 4 things. First, he opens a high-yield savings account and moves $300 a month into it automatically, the day after payday, before he touches anything else. Second, he opens a Roth IRA. He contributes $200 a month, automated, same day as the savings transfer. Third, he increases his 401k contribution from 3% to 6% to capture the full employer match. His take-home drops by about $90 a month. He adjusts. Fourth, he stops tracking what is left and starts tracking what goes out automatically. The difference is psychological, but it is also everything. He is no longer managing a budget. He is operating a system. The system runs whether he is paying attention or not. Total monthly outflow to savings and investments, approximately $610. He does not feel this as deprivation because it leaves before he counts it as available. The $800 a month he used to spend on nothing in particular becomes $190 a month of actual discretionary spending, plus the knowledge that the system is running in the background. He keeps the Camry. He keeps the packed lunch. He keeps declining the bar on Fridays, not because he cannot afford it, but because he has done the math on what $80 every Friday becomes over 4 years, and the number made the decision obvious. He does not tell anyone about any of this, not because he is ashamed, because he has learned something that most people learn too late. The moment you tell someone about a financial system that looks like sacrifice, the conversation becomes about the sacrifice and never about the result. And Marcus is not interested in the conversation. He is interested in the result. The 4 years. Here is what 4 years of Marcus's system produced. Year 1. High-yield savings, $4,200. Roth IRA, $2,800 plus market returns. 401k, including employer match and market returns, $8,100. Total accumulated, approximately $15,100. Net worth from 0 to $15,000 in 12 months. Nobody noticed. Year 2. Marcus gets a raise to $56,000. He does not upgrade his life. He upgrades the system. The Roth IRA contribution goes to $300 a month. The savings transfer stays at $300. The 401k stays at 6% of the new salary. Year 2, total accumulated $38,000. Nobody noticed. Year 3, the market has a bad quarter. Marcus checks the account once, watches the Roth IRA drop 11% over 6 weeks, closes the app, does not touch anything, and goes to work on Monday. By December, the account has recovered and grown. Year 3 total, $79,000. Nobody noticed. Year 4, Marcus turns 31. He gets another raise. He runs the numbers on a Sunday evening in October. The same kind of October Sunday he ran them 4 years ago with the yellow legal pad. The number that comes back is $247,000. He closes the laptop. He makes himself dinner. He goes to work on Monday. Nobody notices. What his coworkers see. Derek sits 2 desks away from Marcus. Derek is 33. Derek makes $62,000 a year. Derek drives a leased SUV that costs him $640 a month. Derek has $12,000 in credit card debt across 3 cards he is slowly rotating balances between. Derek's net worth is somewhere around negative $18,000. Derek considers himself better off than Marcus because Derek's car is newer and Derek's apartment is larger and Derek went to Cancun in February. Derek is not stupid. Derek is not lazy. Derek is operating inside the visible economy, the economy that rewards signals of arrival and offers no return on the invisible accumulation Marcus has been doing in plain sight for 4 years. When Derek looks at Marcus, he sees a man who is behind. What Derek cannot see, Marcus has 14 times Derek's net worth. In 4 years, on a lower salary. The Camry is not a symbol of Marcus's poverty. The Camry is a symbol of Marcus's understanding that a car payment is a monthly transfer of wealth away from himself and toward a lender who is doing extremely well. The packed lunch is not a symbol of Marcus's limitations. The packed lunch is a symbol of Marcus's understanding that $11 a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year is $2,750 a year that either goes to the index fund or to the sandwich shop, and only one of those is going to be worth anything in 10 years. Derek cannot see any of this from his desk. The conversation. It happens on a Wednesday in November. Derek and Marcus are in the break room. The coffee machine is between them. Derek mentions, casually the way people mention things they assume, that he is thinking about leasing a new truck. The payments would be around $700 a month. He asks Marcus what he thinks. Marcus pauses. He thinks about what to say for about 3 seconds. He says, "What does your current vehicle cost you a month?" Derek says $640. Marcus says, "So the new one is $60 more." Derek says, "Yeah, but the new one is way nicer." Marcus nods. He pours his coffee. He says, "Makes sense." He does not say what he is thinking. He does not say that the difference between Derek at $62,000 with a leased SUV and Marcus at $51,000 with a paid-off Camry is $247,000 and 4 years of quiet decisions that nobody photographed. He does not say it because Derek did not ask and because the conversation was not about investing and because Marcus learned a long time ago that the person who explains their financial discipline at a coffee machine has already confused the explanation with the result. He pours the coffee. He goes back to his desk. He opens the account on his phone under the desk, something he does on difficult days for no reason other than to confirm the number is still there. It is still there. It is larger than it was on Monday. He closes the app. He gets back to work. The principle. Here's what Marcus understood that most people in that office do not. Wealth is not income. Wealth is the gap between what you earn and what you transfer to the visible economy. A person earning $40,000 a year and consistently redirecting 20% of it toward appreciating assets is building wealth. A person earning $100,000 a year and redirecting 0% is not. Marcus redirected 23% of his gross income in year 1, 28% in year 2, 31% in year 3 and 4. The visible economy, the car, the apartment, the restaurant on Friday night, never saw a meaningful upgrade because Marcus understood that the visible upgrade is purchased with the invisible compounding. You can have the visible upgrade now, or you can have the invisible compounding later. You generally cannot have both at the beginning. Marcus chose the invisible compounding. Nobody knew. That was the whole point. The close. There is a version of Marcus in every office in America right now. You cannot identify them. That is the design. The person who has been quietly redirecting for 3 years while driving the same car and bringing the same lunch and declining the same bar tab does not carry a signal you can read. They sit at the same desks. They attend the same meetings. They drink the same coffee from the same machine. What is different about them is entirely invisible. It exists in an account that nobody at the office can see. It exists in the decision made 4 years ago on a Sunday evening with a yellow legal pad and the specific arithmetic dread of checking the balance 4 days before payday. It exists in the gap between what they earn and what they give to the visible economy. The Camry runs. The lunch is packed. The Friday bar tab is still 0. And on a Sunday evening in October, Marcus opens the laptop, runs the numbers, reads the result, closes the laptop, makes dinner, and goes to work on Monday. Nobody knows. For 4 years, nobody knew. The result is in the account.